Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm Matt with Twist Gaming, and we are live here at Gen Con 2017 amidst the hysteria that is going on right now.
Yeah.
And we are over here in the Ninja Division booth, and I am joined with Brad from Wyvern Gaming. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So first and foremost, how's the con treating you so far?
Good. Yeah, man. This is. I've never seen so many people. I've come to several Gen Cons, and this is the first one that's sold out completely, and it is.
Yeah.
It is wall to wall. I guess the 50th anniversary and everything is just the perfect storm.
Absolutely. It's a nice, calm, relaxing day here, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so getting into the meat and potatoes of things, Brad, what do you have to show off for us today?
Sure. So, Wyvern Gaming, we have currently 2 published games. We have Cthulhu, a deck building game, and Onami. Both of these went through Kickstarter. We actually have a 3rd game that we just completed our Kickstarter on called Short Order Hero.
Okay.
We're taking pre-orders now. Even though the Kickstarter's ended, you can still go on and do pre-orders, and we'll get it to you this fall. But this one in particular, I'll run through a little bit of Cthulhu since we're here. So Cthulhu, you have investigators. It's a 1 to 6 player game, so you can play it solo, or you can play it with 5 other of your friends, up to 6 players. And you have a choice of 21 different investigators that you can be.
Okay, so a lot of variety there.
Lots and lots of variety. So each one has their own special ability. This one in particular is the Magician. He has the ability to buy spells for 3 less. So that's just an example. And the game's divided up into 2 phases. You have a planning phase and a combat phase. During the planning phase, you're drawing cards out of your deck, your personal deck, and you have a resource called Moxie,
right?
Which is actually the only.
Old-timey.
Yes.
Got Moxie, kid.
Yeah, you got Moxie, and Moxie is actually the only resource in the game. So you use that both for purchasing new cards, and you use it for combating the bad guys.
Okay.
So you have to keep that in consideration when you're trying to decide: do I make my deck builder better, or do I actually go off and save something for the bad guys? So the way it works is once you've drawn your hand, you activate cards from your hand. When you activate them, you get the benefit that's listed on the card. In this case, the ceremonial dagger, you get 2 Moxie. I'm sorry. I'm going to actually do the revolver. My bad.
Okay.
You get 3 Moxie on this case. And because I'm the Magician, I get to buy those spells for 3 less. So I'm actually going to buy this Protective Sigil.
A bargain magician. You get a good deal on everything.
Right. But with Cthulhu, spells are not necessarily a great thing because they usually have very negative effects as well. So you often lose sanity as you're using spells. So that's...
Who needs sanity anyways, though? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know, right. Each character has their own set of a sanity value and a health value. And you can keep track of them using the sliders along the top of the game board. Once you've done your research, one of the other unique things about this deck builder is when you purchase cards, they don't get discarded. They actually go into your hand.
Okay.
So that's something that's unique to some of this deck builder in particular.
So taking a step back there, you're bringing up the insanity. What role does that play in the game? How does that affect you as you get progressively more insane or lose your sanity?
Really, it's when you get to 0, you go insane. So you don't get progressively
crazier.
or anything.
Okay.
So, but there are chaotic things that can happen where you can get attacked if you're the person with the lowest sanity, for example. So you get
targeted if you're the crazy guy in the group.
Of course, yeah. So that makes total sense. So once you're done with your research, you would refill the library. So if you had other players playing, they would then do their planning phase, right? But then once everybody's done with their planning, you then move on to the combat phase. Okay? In the combat phase, you face one of several different elder gods. We have Cthulhu, we have Azathoth, Nyarlathotep, Yidri, Hastur, Yogg, Shub. All the favorites are here, I guess.
All the old great ones.
All the old great ones, yes. Each one has their own special ability that can really mess you up. For example, Cthulhu, Anytime you play a card during combat, you lose sanity. So you have to be very efficient with playing cards to defeat Cthulhu himself. Once the Elder God has gone, the bad guys have a deck themselves called the Mythos deck. Within it, there's lots of random things that can happen, like spawning minions.
As if one of the Elder Gods wasn't enough. You gotta deal with their minions as well.
Of course. It can also do things like destroy cards in your hand. It can like switch your health and sanity. It can just do things that are completely unexpected and is wonderful in the world of Cthulhu, of course.
Fantastic.
Then once you do your Mythos, then your minions go. So they activate in order from lowest health to highest health. So, for example, we have the Star Spawn here. The Star Spawn deals each investigator IC -2. IC is our investigator count.
Okay.
So this is our way of scaling the game so that it can go up higher and you get more difficult as you have more players.
So it doesn't just become a cakewalk if you're playing with a bigger party.
Right, exactly. So you do IC -2 sanity damage. There is a minimum of 1 rule in throughout the game. So in this case, if I'm playing a single player, it's a 1 sanity damage. So I would mark that with my slider and slide it off. A tarantula, he deals IC -2 health damage to each investigator, and at the end of the round, if he's still alive, you get another tarantula.
Oh, so they continually breed then?
Yes. So you got to take care of your spider problem if you're.
So everyone loves when there's a lot of spiders around, you know.
Right. Yes, of course.
So what would you say your favorite aspect of this game is, on a personal standpoint?
Oh, the theme is spot on with Cthulhu.
Everyone loves Cthulhu.
Yeah,
that feels like a sitcom from the 80s. Everyone loves Cthulhu.
We should totally make that. Write that down somewhere.
Copyrighted.
Defeating Elder Gods, trying to defeat an Elder God is not an easy thing to do, right? So if you're able to survive long enough to get your deck good enough, you do have a chance. So I like the fact that it's not a cakewalk, right? It's something that's and also there's, like I said, there's a good bit of chaos in this game. Some people can't stand the game because it's so chaotic.
It adds intrigue, though.
But that's the purpose. That's the point. We did that on purpose. It was part of it was a conscious design decision to have. There are broken cards in this game.
Broken in which direction?
Both.
Okay. So in your benefit, and I'm guessing that's a little more heavy on the benefiting of the Elder Gods.
Yes, totally. So the object of the game, obviously, is once you defeat your Elder God, or you banish your Elder God, because you can never really defeat the Elder God.
True.
You win the game. So there's levels of difficulty. So if you want an easy game, you can just do a defeat 1 Elder God, or if you want a more difficult one, you can go up to 2 or 3. Some people actually like to go through the entire deck of Elder Gods before they say they win.
Oy.
Which is, that's a challenge
it's
for sure.
Hardcore mode.
That's for sure. But that's the basics of Cthulhu. Once you get to the end of the last round, you do your cleanup where you discard everything. If you run out of cards from your deck, you shuffle it. You shuffle discards, you make a new deck, and off you go. And then you start over again.
Just go to the next Elder God in line.
Yep.
All right, so that was Cthulhu, deck building game. Is there anything else that you want to talk about with that before we talk about some of your other games that you have out?
No, it's available. It's available in game stores right now. Cthulhu is. You can get it at your local game shop. You can also get it at ninjadivision.com and also at our website, wyverngaming.com.
There you go. So that's where you can get yourself a copy of this game.
Absolutely.
So what else do you have for us?
So Onami was our second Kickstarter that we did, and it's our designer has a very eclectic taste. He'll go from one extreme to the other.
Okay.
So this is a very peaceful game.
So this wasn't peaceful, you're saying, the Cthulhu game with all the Elder Gods and fighting and?
It's a little hectic. Yeah. It's some pressure in that one. This one, it's a 20-minute game. It's an area control game.
Okay.
So you play it on a 5x5 grid, and it's got wonderful art. a Japanese style artwork, and each card has a number on each side of it, and you're placing your card on the squares, and you're claiming that particular square is yours.
Okay.
And if you want to capture somebody else's square, you put a card next to their card that has a larger number than theirs. So then you get to capture their card. One of the cool things is you can actually create waves. That's why the
hence the design on the
design.
box there.
You can create waves where if a number is more than one greater. So let's say that you put down the number next is a 1, and you put down like a 4.
Right.
You could capture up to 3 cards going in that direction.
In a straight line?
No, it can curve, it can turn, or it can go straight. It follows the path where the numbers are less than.
Oh, so it's a chain reaction style.
It's a chain reaction. So
gotcha.
There can be lots of back and forth, ebbs and flows with this one.
Right.
Wave
Makes
reference
sense.
again. So
tide goes in, tide goes out.
That's right. This is also a really good educational game. It teaches greater than, less than, subtraction, really simple strategy. Even though I say it's simple strategy, you can play this for a long time and not have mastered it yet.
I imagine that depends a lot on the crowd that you're playing with. So it supports the casual gamers as well as the hardcore
Absolutely.
strategists there.
We call this a great filler game between your games of Cthulhu. So it's
20-minute play time.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And it supports 2 to 6 players.
Perfect. And where can we find this game?
This one, it is getting into the game stores this fall. We actually ran out of this guy. We sold out.
That's a good problem to have.
Right. So we're doing a reprint of it, and it's going to be available this fall through your local game shops and probably some retail stores as well.
Fantastic. And I know you mentioned earlier that you had a game that just finished up on Kickstarter not that long ago. What was the name of that one again?
Short Order Hero.
Short Order Hero. So, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like something to do with cooking.
It does, yes.
Okay.
Yes. The story goes, our designer was watching Cutthroat Kitchen one day, and he's like, I think I can make a game out of this.
I like it.
And so basically you are competing against your fellow chefs, short order cooks, and you have a hand of ingredients, and there's recipes available that you can make, and there are gotcha cards that's in your hand as well, so you can do sabotages against your competitors.
Right.
You can, if you have all the ingredients for a particular recipe, you collect the recipe and you put it and you say you've cooked it. There's a point value for each of your recipes, and there's bonuses you can add. Like you can have let me think of one, omelet, which is
the omelet bonus.
Yes, where you add cheese to your omelet, you're going to get extra points.
Of course, I mean, you really have an omelet
I'm sorry.
without cheese.
I'm sorry. Yes, the omelet is actually eggs and cheese, and if you add bacon,
there we go. Now you have a winner.
bonus. Yes, now you have a bonus. So and then you also have sabotages where you can actually put hair in somebody else's food, or a cockroach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not a friendly chef to your other competitors.
No. That one is definitely a competitive. It is not a cooperative game.
So what's the play time and player count on that one?
It's 2 to 5 players, and it's about a 30-45 minute game.
Okay, so it's a little fast paced.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
All right. So is there any other? Or where can we find that one? I know you said it's finished up on Kickstarter. Fulfillment is going to go.
Probably this fall, probably like October, November timeframe. Okay. So it'll be available for Christmas. If you want to go to go back to the Kickstarter is still available to where you can go find it. If you go click on the button where it says pre-orders now live,
right,
it'll take you where you can actually purchase it. Get the pre-order.
That was Short Order Hero.
Short Order Hero.
Okay. Are there any other kind of little details that you want to pick out? Any kind of upcoming future projects I can pull from your brain there? Yeah,
we do have some that are in the work. We have a superhero game called Valiant Villainy. That one's going to be a very comic book like game.
Okay.
where you actually create random superheroes and supervillains.
I like it.
It's a really kind of funny game because you can end up with something really odd, like an alligator man with fire abilities, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. But so the way it works is you play over a particular objective or location, and it's a tug of war between the superheroes and supervillains. That game is in playtest mode right now. We're actually playtesting it over in the game room. There'll probably be a Kickstarter for it early spring or somewhere around that time.
How's the reception for that been in the playtest area?
Good. Yeah, they've really enjoyed it. The art is really it's just kind of funny. There's a pizza man.
Pizza man.
Yeah. So he's made out of pizza.
Does he always arrive in 30 minutes or less?
It's a good idea. He should, for sure. So we're still trying to determine the play length of that particular game and stuff like that. So, but it's going to be it's a 2 to 4 game is what we're targeting for that one.
Very good. So is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap up this interview here?
We actually have one more prototype
that
we're working on, something called Sojourn.
Sojourn. And that is about what? What's the theme there?
It is actually a solitary game. It's solo.
Oh, okay.
So you're a time traveler, and your time device has broken, and you have to travel through history to find your pieces so you can get home.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So, solo game, what's estimated playtime that you're looking at on solo? Is it going to be like a quick, simple game there, or is it going to be a more in-depth, like, solo strategy game?
It has a good bit of... It plays pretty quick, the playtests that I've done so far, but it's... it could probably... Every time I've played it, it's taken about 20 minutes or so. But there is a good bit of strategy because of the way that it works. You have to manage your resources, and you have to decide on where you want to go. And the artist for that game that we got, it's really phenomenal because we did artist renditions of some significant events in history, and it's really nice. Yeah, I can't wait to show it off to the world when we're ready for that one.
And when do you expect that to be coming into the public view?
Depending on which one progresses faster when in playtesting, it'll either be the spring or later in the summer.
Okay, so not too long of a wait for everyone.
No, we're cranking out games here at Wyvern.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
And all of the folks here at Twist Gaming.
Thank you.
This is Matt from Twist Gaming signing off. We hope to see you all soon. Thank you very much. Have a good day.